Winning in Verdansk takes the most powerful Warzone loadout you can get your hands on, and things have become so much more difficult with Season 6. There is nearly 2 years worth of weapons now, so you have a lot of confusing choices and there's a lot to learn. Lucky for us, Season 6 has kept things fairly smooth. We did not get any massive alterations in the patch notes or any major updates as we had in the previous seasons. It isn't surprising that you are on the lookout for the best Warzone loadouts in Season 6. Lucky for you, you are in the right place. There is a long list of the best Warzone guns if you really fancy mixing things up, and we have new weapons, new combinations, and so many things to look out for. Let's get right into it. Number 1. QBZ and Cold War MP5 Loadout. A lot of people prefer the Krig to the QBZ, and it is an expected thing. The QBZ is a lot like the Krig. The Krig is a zero recoil AR, so we won't ask you to completely abandon it, but we do recommend that you give QBZ a shot in Season 6. What it does have is a slightly better damage profile, especially after a string of Krig nerfs. It's the better gun by pretty much every metric. On our other hand, the Cold War MP5 has some killer mobility and damage on par with the OTS-9 if you do want a few more shots to work with. This combination is an excellent choice. If you need an edge over other players, the younger sibling's speed will give you that edge. Number 2. CR56 AMAX and CX9. Nope, the king is not dead. The AMAX is not unviable now, it has just been pegged back to let the other weapons into the meta. If you have got it in the previous metas, you are good to go in Season 6 as well, because let's face it, the AMAX can still shred enemies at range. You will need to achieve 3 gun butt kills with an AR in 10 different matches to unlock the AMAX, but trust us when we say that the grind is worth it. And if you are already a Modern Warfare 2019 owner, it will be a smooth ride for you to unlock the CX9. You don't need us to tell you that it is a solid SMG. Number 3. Stoner 63 and MAC 10. In spite of the few nerfs, the Stoner 63 is a really excellent LMG that has managed to remain popular, and it has good reasons for that as well. The Stoner 63 has killer damage, great range, and of course the usual perk of an LMG, a huge magazine. This Stoner 63 class makes for a great long-range Warzone loadout. Talking about the MAC 10, it is nice to have a more mobile option on an LMG Warzone class. The MAC 10 is just a phenomenal run and gun SMG, even after those few nerfs. No one complains about the recoil too, so there remains no doubt that you will have any trouble shredding enemies with it. Number 4. Kar 98K and Cold War AK-47 Loadout. Out of 10 players, there are probably 9 who have already tested out this loadout at least once. Our first sniper rifle loadout features everyone's old favorite, the Kar 98K. This gun has been part of the Warzone meta since day one, and there is literally no player who haven't put their hands on it. The Kar 98K has incredible ADS speed, solid mobility, and the power to one-shot headshot enemies at any range. If you like sniping on the move, this is the gun for you. And if you are a good sniper with a Kar 98K, you can scare the enemies away. Honestly speaking, the Modern Warfare version has always been awful, but the Cold War AK-47 is a standout star. It can compete with most SMG at the closest ranges, and also destroys them at mid-range. Without any doubt, the Cold War AK-47 is the best sniper support in Warzone. Number 5. PKM and Bullfrog Loadout. The PKM isn't really the most popular LMG in Warzone, but you got to agree that it has always been top 1 or 2 in power. What we don't get is why people don't use it more. After all, hasn't it got most of the things you need? Very low recoil, great range, and better time to kill. And if you decide to round out this PKM Warzone loadout with a similarly smooth SMG, you are unbeatable. The Bullfrog has much more linear recoil than the MP5s and OTS-9, but a slightly lower damage. On the other hand, it does have a massive headshot multiplier and an enormous magazine to help you close that gap. If you want a pair of mag dump friendly and low recoil guns, this loadout is for you. Number 6. EM2 and OTS-9 Loadout. We are so happy because the days have finally arrived when the EM2 is gaining popularity equal to its power. This high-damage rifle is one of the best long-range assault rifles in Warzone. It packs a real damage and comes with a built-in optic if you want to free up an attachment slot. Although the recoil is high, it is not uncontrollable. It is top tier in long-range fights with a proper build, and you can also go for a sniper support build if you want to. And coming to the OTS-9, that doesn't need any introduction. It was and remains as one of the best close-range SMG in Season 6 of Warzone. The OTS-9 has unreal damage, excellent mobility, and top-tier handling. The only downside is the 40-round magazine, but let's be honest, with DPS like this, it hardly matters. Pair it with an EM2 and boom, you have one of the best overall loadouts in Warzone Season 6. Number 7. Grau and MP7 Loadouts. This is just another fully loaded Warzone class, although if you play around, you will realize that both of these guns are great for other purposes too. The Grau in particular though just needs so little to get going. All of its base stats are so solid that you can very easily forego an attachment for fully loaded. Just like the Grau, the MP7 has similarly excellent base stats. You could look at any number of MP7 builds and pretty easily find something to sacrifice for a fully loaded Warzone class. It makes a very nice sniper support, but you can make this particular MP7 Warzone loadout geared towards close range to complement the Grau build that you will end up with. Well, that was all for our picks for the top overpowered picks for Warzone loadouts right now. Hopefully you have now got a few things to think about, and perhaps to try the next time you're dropping in Verdansk. Why not let us know how it goes in the comment section below. Also, if you loved the video, make sure to hit that like button and do not forget to subscribe to our channel. We will be back very soon.